So in the last movie, we created a MVC application in Ruby on Rails, which is a model view controller. And last movie gone pretty well, and I hope you understand very well. And in this movie, in this movie, we are going to create a fully functional blog application. So let's get started. So first of all, I'm going to set the route for our application. Basically, if you wanted to see the routes, what are the routes which is currently available in your application, you need to do this command. Type this command as rake routes. So it will show that some prefix, verb, and URI pattern, controller action like that, and it will having only one one route, which is index route. So I wanted to route this application. So by doing like this, and if I do rake routes right now, and it will automatically generate all the routes for our application. Here it is. It is automatically created a create, new, edit, show, update, and destroy routes for our application. So what I did is just type the method of resources, and the resource is post. When we do like this, then it will generate all the routes which are available, which will be necessary for our application. So next thing, we're going to talk about routes pretty clearly and deeply. So these are the controller actions in the 7 standard controller actions in Ruby on Rails, which is there are get and post, and these are the 7 standard actions, and we'll talk about this right now. The HTTP verb. Basically, Ruby on Rails has RESTful web services, which is used for the communication purpose, and these are the HTTP verbs: get, post, patch, delete, and this is the path, which is nothing but a URI, uniform resource pattern, which is the thing that we are typing in our URL to see our output of our application, which is and next is the controller action. Post is the controller and index is the action. Basically, the index action is used to display a list of posts that we have created in our application. If you have created a list of posts, it will be displayed in your index page, which means the home page. And post/new is the URI to get that. And next thing is the post/new, which is the controller action. What it will do is it will create a form to create a post. It returns an HTML form for creating a new post. And next is create action. Create action that you know that it is used to create a new post. Show action just display a specific post based upon its ID. Just as a note, for every post, Ruby has a quite good feature that it will index and automatically generate ID for each post. Using that, by referencing that ID, it will display the post. And also, same as if you wanted to edit your post, you can edit using this edit action, and you can also update and also delete. These are all the 4 operations and 4 HTTP verbs available in Ruby on Rails, which is create, read, update, delete. In the HTTP verb, post, which means to create an application, and to get is meaning like to read an application, to read a post or to read some data and in the patch output is used to update the application, and delete verb is used to destroy the application. So here's the prefix, something like called a prefix. The prefix is just meant to link. If you are familiar with HTML, you may see that anchor tag, but here we are going to use link to like that in ERB, which is Ruby. We'll talk about that just a minute. Link to, and we are going to type something like new post, and I'm going to close this. And if you wanted to call this edit function, or if you wanted to create the link to the create functionality of your application, you just use this prefix like posts. Now you need not to use the full URL, you just use the prefix word for your post, and that's it. And let's get started to creating our CRUD application, which is a CRUD functionality in our application. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I've created the index function, and in the index file I just typed hello, and which is here in the post/index URI, and let's create a new form to create a post. To create a new form, you just use the action called new. So inside, when you type the new action, I'll just replace that, and we'll get an error, which is a template is missing error. Basically, template is missing error, which means it is missing the template, which means it is missing the view in the views folder. So let's start to create the template by new file, new.html.erb. So inside of the new.html.erb, I'm going to type h1 new post, and then I'm going to save this and reload this page, and now we'll get a new post, and it is very fine. And now I'm going to paste some code, which is an ERB. ERB stands for Embedded Ruby. So now I'm going to paste some ERB code, and this is the syntax to open the less than and greater than symbol. This is the syntax to create an ERB, equal to sign, which means it is going to evaluate and print this block of code. And this is the Ruby code which is available inside of the ERB, which is in the ERB. And then ERB means Embedded Ruby. It is a templating engine used instead of HTML. In HTML, we cannot do some dynamic stuffs like looping through the posts and looping through the datas and doing some control flow conditions like that stuffs. But we can do using ERB, which is a templating engine, and using ERB we can do some dynamic stuff and make the code a lot more easier and efficient. So what here says means it will says to create a form for the post, and inside of the form we create an object and using the F, and F is going to label the title and the text field and text area, which is a kind of form which has a title and the description, which is a body to create a post. And f.submit is nothing but a button. So I'm going to save this and I'm going to run this. So it's an error which says that first argument in the form contain a nil or an empty. So this error is because we have created now the view to create a form, but we haven't defined the function inside the action new. So let's do that, and I'm going to create the post variable instance, and then I'm going to use the model class to create a new form, and I'm going to reload that right now, and it will create a sweet and cool form right now. So I'm going to create my first post, and then hello, this is my first post in Rails. So I'm going to click the create button. So it will throw an error. It is expected that we haven't created the create action yet. So let's create the create action. Def create, in this. Inside of the create action, we are going to create an instance variable as usual, and to create the post model class using the method new, I'm going to pass some argument like post params. So this is a little bit of security measure in Ruby on Rails. I'm going to use the access specifier like private, and private, which means it is available only in this post controller class. It is not available in any of the folders or any of the class in the application. And I'm going to define the post params function, and the params, I'm going to require the params which are required for this application. While we're creating a model, we just created two params, the two columns, which is title and body. So I'm going to permit that the title and body column. So if I remove this one, it will not save the body section in the it will not pass the body section in the argument, but so it will not save the body. And if I remove this, it will not save the title, like that. And so remember to permit the columns that we have created while creating the models. Now I'm going to end this. Indentation is very important in Ruby. So yes, it is. Hello. And an error also. So I'm going to create the post. Here is the template is missing, which means we have created a create ID, create functionality and create action inside of our application, and we are not say what happened when we click the create button. So when we click the create button, we are going to throw a condition if post is saved. If the post is saved, and I'm going to redirect to add post, and else I'm going to render new form, which is these the new form, which is a form that we have created. And I'm going to end this and save. Now I'm going to reload this, come back, create post, and oops, it was not capital, it is small. Yeah, here's the error, which is uh, the show, which means we have not created a show action, but you can see that, yeah, it is referencing the ID of 6. It is the sixth post that we have created in this application, but we have not created a sixth post. That's when I'm trying to create this application, I just created a 5 posts before, just as a model, and after I deleting the code, it will also referencing that order, indexing order correctly. So here post equal to post.new params is, and when it pass the argument, it will go and check the what's defined inside the post params method, and inside that method params, it will requiring to post, which means to create these 2 columns, and it will permitting to create 2 columns. Post, which means to create in the CRUD operation. So that's it. And if post is dot save, means you're going to render to redirect to the posts page, and if it is not, means we are telling that to stay in the new action, which is the form action. And let's start to create a show method, a show action. Save that, and now just reload that page. Now it will throw the template is missing error. Yes, because we have not created the view for the post, sorry, show.html.erb. So inside of the show, we are going to use the ERB code and add post.title as the heading line. I'm going to close the ERB. It is important to close ERB. Inside the division tag, I'm going to add post.body. Now let's check it out. And post.title for null, undefined method for post.title. So this error shows that post/show undefined method, which is I'm not defined anything inside the show action. So I'm going to define that, which is creating an instance variable, and I'm going to use the find method to find the post ID. So model class of post and find using the params ID. Let's save this and let's reload this again, and here it is. Here we created and displayed our first post, and now we have created the 2 stuffs in the CRUD application. One is to we have created the post, and the second thing that we are going to do is show the all the posts in the index page, and we have shown used the show method to create show this in the post show page. The first post, hello, this is my first post in Rails, and let's create a simple post and second post, and I'm going to take some lorem ipsum text, which is a sample text. I'm going to copy this and paste inside of this post. Create post. I'm going to do some sample data. second, and third post. Paste that, create. Also, I've created a bunch of 8 posts until now, and the next stuff is I'm going to show all of these posts in the index.html page. So let's create an index page, an index functionality over the post controller. To create an index, I already created the index action, and I need to define that action. So what actually here, before that, I just going to type the text that should be in the index action. So open this, and I'm going to use the ERB template post.each to post, and look through this. Then I'm going to create a title for this one inside of the h2 tag. H2 is quite good for the title in the index page, and post dot title. I'm going to close the ERB, and in the second stuff, I'm going to end this and see let's see what's happening inside of this. So I'm going to delete this and type index. Will get an error, could not find the post ID equal to index. That is the same problem, which is I'm not defined anything inside of this. So let's start. Though here post here is a plural, which means we are going to post the list of posts, not the single post. So we should do that as a post, plural. This is the convention over configuration stuff in Ruby on Rails. Order and open base, created at descending order. So what it tells means in the model class of post, I'm going to throw all the posts and order it as a descending at the time which is created at descending order. So let's check it out and reload now. So here's another problem, which is post.find params. We just need to define just post, and oops, I'm going to specify here as posts, not post, plural. Reload this. Yeah, that is cool. These are all the 8 posts that I've created yet, and pretty cool and pretty awesome. And also I'm going to display the body is equal to, and I'm going to truncate some characters. It is not looking good when we display the bunch of all the characters in the post. So I'm just going to display the 25 characters. So I'm showing that. So I'm going to truncate the post.body at the length of 25. So I'm going to end that, and I'm also going to link to the show page. Link to read post and comma post, and close this, save that. Yes, of course, the prefix for the post/show is the post, so this is good, I think so. And I'm going to reload this right now. Here is another error, post controller truncate. Here's something like a syntax error, like truncate post.body command length is equal to 25. Okay, let's see what's that. Oh yeah, I just do some typo over here. Let's reload this right now. And again that mistake. So the problem is I have when we try to evaluate some statements, we need to do equal to sign in ERB, and also I'm going to iterate each post, so I'm going to link for each and every post. So I'm just going to put that in the block of each, and that's it. Hopefully this time it will all right. Yes, it is. Lorem ipsum is simply, and yeah, everything is fine. And now we just created a post and displayed it in the post default page, and it also doing some cool stuff like descending order. It will displaying the post in the descending order. At the last post that we have created is the third post, and second post, first post. It will creating at the descending order. So the next thing that I wanted to do is so the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm not going and users. So the next thing I'm going to do is when we type the URL, the default URL, it will display the welcome abroad page in the Ruby on Rails. So what I'm going to do is I want the user not to type to see the post manually like this, and I want users to see that in the home page. For that I'm going to get into the routes folder. So inside of the route I'm going to set the index route posts index route as the root of our application, which means the root page of our application. So when I type now, and I'm going to delete this and enter, pretty cool, it will show the default stuff, default page in the index page. So what I do is root page is the post/index page. When you do like this, post/new, and then the default page will be the form page. So you can play around with that. So I'm going to Control Z, save, and these are all the routes that are available. If you want to see the routes, you can check it out or using the command rake routes. And the next thing I'm going to do is we have done two steps. One is creating a post and displaying the post. In the CRUD application, which is CRUD, we have finished the two blocks, which is create and read. And next we are going to update and destroy the applications. So let's update our post. So before we update the post, we need to edit the post. The users are getting into the trouble of typos or some grammatical mistakes that they have done in their post, they need to edit and update that. So for that functionality we are using this. So I'm going to paste the same, because it is going to reference using the ID. So after edit I'm going to update. The same, I'm going to paste that, I'm going to paste that, and inside of that I'm going to do if add post dot update post params redirect to add post, else render edit page, edit action. So let's end this. Yes, of course, here's an indentation problem. Yeah, I need to indent this a little bit. Yeah, now it is perfect, and I'm also end this update. Now it's perfectly correct. So what we are doing here means we are repeating the same line of code again and again. So at first, when we talk about the Ruby on Rails software engineering patterns and paradigms, we see that try principle over there. Try means don't repeat yourself. So now we are violating the principle of try. So for that, I'm going to create a find params, find post method, and inside of that method I'm going to create this. I'm going to paste this line. And save this, and next I'm going to, before the index action, I'm going to type the before action for the find post only to the show action and edit page and update page. That is cool. So what we are saying means here, before this action, the find post action should permit should be function only for the show, edit, and update function, update action. So now I can delete these lines, 3 lines. Yeah, that's pretty cool in Ruby on Rails. This is, and now we are in the try principle, don't repeat yourself. So I'm going to reload this page and /new, create a new post, post /new. So everything looks fine. Raja and my first Ruby on Rails training course. Yeah, that's fine, but we are not getting the update and delete functionality over here, but because we have not added that in the view page. We just added in the controller action, so we need to do that in the view. And also if we type post/edit, we are getting record not found id equal to edit. This error because I'm going to paste this code before the post params so that it cannot able to refer the ID. So let's indent this, and now it will show another error, which is template is missing. So
I found the problem, which is there is no ID reference for the post. So I'm going to read post and I'm going to type over edit over here, and here's the template is missing error. So for that I'm going to create the view for edit.html.erb. So what I'm going to do, I can paste this code in the edit, but it will show the render the editable text, and I can edit this. But the problem over here is again we are violating the dry principle, which is don't repeat yourself, but we are repeating here. So what I can do is I'm going to create a partials.
The partial file, which is in the underscore form.html.erb, and inside of the partial I'm going to create this file, paste this file, and now I can render the partial in the edit and new. So inside of the new and edit I'm going to render that. So edit post, I'm going to use the ERB code to use the rendering option is equal to render form. I'm going to copy this and paste it in yeah. I'm going to reload this. Everything looks pretty fine and pretty good. And then I type, let's check it out in the new file, new post. Yeah, it looks same. So it is, again, we have succeeded to get into the principle of dry. We are not repeating anything according to the don't repeat yourself principle by creating the partial file, and we created the form over here, and we are rendering the form to the edit and new page. Yeah, that's good. And the last thing that we are going to do is to delete the post. So let's delete the post using defining the method of delete, which is to destroy, and I can't do that using just like this. And post in the model name is post, and redirect to the post URL, which the post URL is. We don't need this stuff somehow. I'm going to delete this, and here is the yeah, now this is fine. Oh yeah, I don't need this because we are referencing that using the find post method. So it's enough to just create post.destroy, and we're also going to redirect to the root path, which is the index page, and then we are going to add some links in the post page, which is going to be inside of the div tag. I type the body tag, and after the break statement I'm going to link to edit post. Come on. edit post path. Yes, of course, I think I'll check it out in the URL. Yes, it is edit post path, the prefixes. So add post, add post. Delete, and also we are going to do the delete functionality and delete link here, then post path, and I'm going to check it out for the destroy. Yes, it is post path, add the post, and what it refers the ID of the post that we are going to delete. Method, it is somewhat different to create. Delete this, delete comma data, which is an alert message that we are going to do over here, and confirm are you sure. This is because if the user just click this link button without the alert, the post will be deleted. So for that purpose we are going to use this. I'm going to close this. That's fine. Save that and reload this. Actually, I'm going to go to the post page and read post. It's showing some error. It is not the error, it's just a syntax. We missed the ERB closing. Be careful on doing this. If you open something in ERB, you need to close that. So delete this. So we can delete. If I click the delete button, it will say that are you sure? Okay. If I delete, it will go to the post.destroy and redirect to, and it is showing undefined method destroy. This error is because that we have not added this in the update params. So I'm going to add this in the delete. So the error is undefined method destroy. So before action find post, we need to add the actions that we are going to use by this find post definitions of params ID referencing. So it cannot reference the destroy method. So that is a problem. Now if I reload it, it will go to the root file, and again I'm going to delete that. If I delete that right now, again the error. Oops, I need to say destroy here. Reload this. Again I'm going to delete. Now it will be fine. The last post is deleted, and I'm also going to delete this post, read post, and delete, delete, and delete, delete sample post. Also I'm going to delete this post. We need just 3 posts. Delete this, and also I'm going to delete this too. Yeah, that is fine. We have seen the index page in a descending order. So we have finished all the CRUD operations, like we can create a new post, post/new, and we can also update the post by editing it. And I'm changing this as a just a post, and it will update just as like a post, and we can also delete this post. So we finished the CRUD operation, and one final thing that I wanted to explain to you is the inside of the application views, app views layout, application.html file is there. This is the main application file. What are all the JavaScript files, style sheets? Those are all referenced over here. Here the title is just saying that as a workspace, but I'm going to change that as a blogger. And when I change that, it will change at not only this application.html.erb, it will change it in all the files, all the action pages and all the view files. This will act as a central for every view pages files. Yield is the command which do the functionality of centralizing all the stuffs. This is why means we can use the header and footer in over here in this main application, because in header and footer not going to be changed in all the pages. Those stuffs and all should be common in all of the web applications. The only thing that you need to change is the content, body content of the page. So that is one of the best feature in Ruby. We can. Another thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to link to home, which is a root path. This is a root path. Close this, and I'm going to paste this. I'm going to change this as a new post. This is act as a navbar menu, and let's check it out. New post path in the prefix path. I'm going to save this, and when I reload this, here it is, home and home page, and when I click the new post, it will appears in every pages of this application. So that's it. We have created a CRUD application using Ruby on Rails, and also we have created a blogger